Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very center. Noobs, thank you for joining. Hopefully you are here to the end. If not, that is okay. That is cool by me. That is cool with me. Personal growth is definitely something that I enjoy. Personal growth is something I am all about as well. And I've been growing personally when it comes to maintaining and the upkeep on the vehicle or my vehicle, whether it's car, truck, what have you, just vehicles in general. My knowledge game on that is low to weak. My skill set is non-existent, but that's okay because I utilize all of my time and energy to other things. Therefore, my growth process with that is slow, but it's growing. It's slow, but I'm getting there. I have yet to reach the best version of myself in that, but I'm getting better at recognizing things. I am getting better at guesstimations. I am getting better at what you may find normal. I find extremely difficult, but I'm keeping the imaginary promise to myself when it comes to blowing up engines. And this ain't the same blowing up engine story. This is the one that I said I will eventually get to. Now it's time to let it shine. Now it's time to let it free. Now it's time to let it breathe. Breathe, little birdie, breathe. Bird-like voice. Breathe, birdie, breathe. See? Everything was in reverse then. If you want to hear it normal, I suggest you play it backwards. You're welcome. You're welcome. Regs, you know what we do. This seems like almost every single day, but it ain't every single day. It just feels that way. We have this unique, special bond that we share. One day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade, 1 millennium, 1 century, any number. It can be anything. We will come up with the special, unique word to describe the bond that we share, to describe the bond that we have. But for now, it is what it is. It's Manny being Manny. And non-verbal communicating peeps. I just want to give you a shout out. Not because you need it, so everyone else can know that us non-verbal communicating peeps, we're on a different wavelength. We're on a wavelength where we don't have to communicate verbally. It's non-verbal. And it should be something that you are shooting for. Regs, to become non-verbal. Noob, that's still here right about now. I suggest you try to become a reg first. Don't run before you can walk. Don't crawl before you can sit up. Do it in stages. Do it in steps. You'll thank me later. You will thank me later. And this is not me keeping a promise to myself. Me keeping a promise to myself is never running out of petrol again. Never taking that walk of shame. Never doing that because it just didn't feel right. It just didn't sit right. It's just something I don't ever want to experience again. And I won't wish this upon my worst enemy or my best enemy or my frenemy or anybody in between, my BFF. No, they'll be there with me. Unless I ain't picked them up yet because I done ran out of petrol, because I done ran out of fuel. So I ain't doing that. I ain't with that anymore. But a close second, if I were to make another promise to myself, would be blowing up engines. I'm almost an expert in that, but I don't want to be an expert in that. So I've been de-learning all of the incorrect ways, de-learning all of the stuff that led me to becoming an expert in blowing up engines. Some of them was sabotage. Some of them were sabotage. Others were, I raised my hand, my hands in the air. I'm waving around like I just don't care. Yeah, I'm waving around just like I don't care. I should, or I could have. Nah, that's a different time. That's for another day. I was gonna break out and dance, sing some more, make my chest pop, do the things that I like to do the things that make me happy. But I ain't inside the G-Rod. But I have an imagination. I can imagine myself within the G-Rod. But this is about the G-Rod and my personal growth. I do pay attention to the bells and whistles. I do pay attention to the indicators. I do understand what's going on, and I pay attention. I know that the little faucet thing is oil. I know that when the other thing that comes on and says E means it's time to put petrol in. F means don't go above that line, and stuff like that. I pay attention. I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm not the bestest of the best. I'm not even the worst of the worst. I am somewhere in between. I'm mediocre at best. I have my good days. I have my bad days. Sometimes I chance it. Sometimes I don't chance. I just go with my gut feelings. I just go with my intuition. My intuition and gut feelings from this moment, or from the moment I started trusting them, has not let me down. Let me repeat that. My intuition and my gut feelings from the moment that I started trusting them has never let me down. I can sit there and get all of the input, all of the intel, all of the data that I need. I can read and read and read. But all of this eternal math equations, all this eternal stuff, 9 times out of 10, and I'm just gonna say 9 times out of 10 because ain't nothing sure, ain't nothing 100%. But if something was 100%, I'd say it's my gut feelings and intuition. I'd say it's my gut feelings and intuition. Fight me. But 9 times out of 10, because I don't need you. I don't need you attempting to do something that you will not succeed in. I don't want that. I'm just gonna be a pacifist I'm just gonna be a pacifist at that. And yeah, I pronounced it all weird, but you know what it means. You know what it means. I ain't got no water to drink at the moment, so that's how it's coming out. Bear with me. But I'm gonna be a pacifist at that. So you don't have to fight me. We're just gonna go with 9 times out of 10. My intuition and my gut feeling are right, and I'm listening to that when it comes more so of the vehicle and that nature. Even though I've learned what the symbols mean, I learned what the flashing lights mean. I learned to read the little TV in the middle of the car to indicate when red means, not good. And I said, and that's the he, and not the ha ha. He. What the red mean and the green mean when it comes to the TV in the car, where it's letting you know that this needs to be done or that needs to be done. Well, this one time, and I gave it enough time to breathe. I gave it enough time to marinate. I gave it enough time to just air itself out, because we don't like dirty laundry. You air it out first, and then you get all them fumes, you get all that funk. You let that just fumes, you let that funk hit some high quality air, some O2 maybe, some ozone. Nah, definitely not no ozone. We ain't spraying. Another show for that. In fact, you might want to go back and review the historical documents and you want to hear about spraying. You don't have to go too far back, because it's back. Right there. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm not airing out dirty laundry here. I gave it enough time. So I've come to terms, and I understand. And this is where I should be patting myself on the back. This is where you should be standing up and giving me a flea clap. This is where you should be turning backflips and cartwheels in your mind's eye, because that's how we do that. That's how we do that. But I ain't asking for any of that. I ain't doing any of that. I'm just saying that I've got to a point where my guesstimation and my hypothesis, it's there. It is there. But the gut feeling and intuition is batting 1,000. It is undefeated when it comes for me trusting and making certain decisions, because the car indicated to me that I needed some fluids in the engine, and I needed the kind of fluids that's not oil. So me being me, I don't know what kind of fluids go inside an engine. I don't. I could have just used my favorite search engine and looked it up, but I ain't got time for that. Who got time to be looking up information about what such and such mean? Nuh-uh. You look up information about things that you want to know and that will help you improve your skill set and help you improve yourself in the things you want to improve yourself on. This, I guess I do. I just don't want to blow up engines. I just don't want to be caught with my pants down, and not those kind of pants. Because I have things under the pants, so I ain't worried about that. Besides, pants down, meaning caught out of pocket, caught slipping, all of the stuff. And I said, again, and it's the ha ha, not the he he, ha 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 ha. Caught out in the sense of making a mistake, not knowing something that I should know at the time, and making a huge blunder. So I did not Google. I did not DuckDuckGo. I did not Yahoo. I did not Jives or Jeeves. I did not do any of those search engines to figure out what that meant. I went with my gut feeling. I went with my intuition. Fluids, what other fluids can possibly go in the engine? I know it ain't water by experience. I know it ain't water. Last time I put water in my engine, I had to call for help. Last time I put water in my engine, the car went half a mile and I had to call for help. Last time I put water in my engine, the car went half a mile. I had to call for help. Then I had to wait a day for Pops to come pick me up. Yeah, it's that serious. And it was that serious. It was. So I knew it wasn't water. I knew it wasn't the high quality H2O. I knew it was some other kind of fluid. The other kind of fluid that I can recall is, what is that? The antifreeze. Some form of antifreeze. And my car shaped a special kind of antifreeze. So I got me some antifreeze. I got the hood up. I got it up. I'm looking at the engine and I'm saying, where does it go? I don't see where this go. And there's a place where the oil goes. There's the place where windshield wiper fluid goes. I imagine there's the place where some other things go. I don't know where this go. Where does this antifreeze go? And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a few steps back. I'm going to go ahead and sit this down. I'm going to take a few steps back. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to inhale again. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to close my eyes and then I'm going to visualize. I'm going to visualize myself in my safe space. I'm going to visualize myself in that very car that I just took steps back from. I'm going to visualize myself in that car that I took steps back from, singing, dancing, making my chest pop, doing what it do, listening to my favorite song, doing the two-step within the car, but never taking the 1 foot off the acceleration and never putting more weight or using more weight to push the acceleration. Those are huge no-nos. And I suggest you beginners or noobs, if you feel like trying this out, you get some practice first. And how do you get practice? If you're not within the vehicle, when you're sitting down at the table, when you're sitting down in a chair, just take your foot and just move it up and down. Work out that muscle. Make sure that muscle is strong enough. Make sure that muscle is used to those actions. And when that muscle is strong enough and used to those actions, then you'll be ready. Then you'll be ready to test it out. But don't quote me on that. I'm just speaking from my experience. I'm just telling you what I did. I'm just telling you what it took. I'm just telling you what it takes. I'm just telling you how to be the best when it comes to that. You're welcome. But hey, don't try that at home. Try it in your mind. Try it in your mind. So after I visualized myself in all these places and having fun and smiling and dancing and singing and prancing and two-stepping and chest popping and all of the things that make me feel good because I ain't hurt nobody. Then I opened my eyes and I came to the conclusion that this had something to do with the thing that requires cooling down the engine or making sure that the temperature's right. And I'm just going to open this container, look or have a look-see and use my intuition and gut feeling. I was going to use my mind. I was going to do some deducing. I was going to say it can't be this, so it has to be that. No. I was like, intuition and gut feeling ain't let me down yet. Intuition and gut feeling is batting 1,000 for me. Batting 100. It is perfect. It is perfection personified. But to prevent fighting, because I'm trying to be a pacifist here, we're just going to say 9 out of 10. So the rest of you don't come fight me. We're just going to say 9 out of 10. So the rest of you don't come fight me. And I just leaned in, and the first thing that I saw, I just opened it up and I started pouring. But before I started pouring on the cap, it had one of those little indicator things that said once that thing starts floating, you gotta stop because you overfill. So it had one of those F's, and I'm smart enough, I'm experienced enough to know F means full. And then it showed a picture. And see, I'm glad it showed a picture because picture's worth 1,000 words. A picture is one of the best ways to communicate. It's one of the best ways to communicate other than nonverbal. And that's another shout out to my nonverbal communicating peeps. But this ain't for you. This is for everybody else. This is for everyone else. Now you know. I filled it up. The thing started floating, and then I stopped, and then I closed it back, and then I dropped the hood because I was confident. I was extremely confident that was the right spot, that was the right place. So I started up the car. And I just went joyride. I started up the car and I started doing what it do. I started up in the car, and that whole time that I was visualizing for those brief seconds, those brief moments, I had the visual picture in my mind. I had this certain song playing. I was just making my chest pop. I was all in the zone. I was doing what it do. I was passing Priuses. I was focused, man. But it was okay. I didn't have a care in the world. I didn't have a care in the world. And I did that. Literally. I did that in real life. Or RIL for you peeps that like that. RIL for you peeps that like that. Then I stopped the joyride, and then I finally came back to, got out the zone, lost the focus, and looked, and the indication in the indicators that was indicating that I needed that fluid, it went out. It was gone, Betty, bye-bye. Intuition, gut feeling, once again, pulled through for me. Because if I would have thought it out, I would have chose a different place to pour it down. And I'm going to let you guess which one. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. And it's a new improved website. You should check it out. You really, really, really should. And as you probably already know by now, this episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and all things Vince and all things in between Vince, but not that kind of in between Vince. You got to go and you'll see, you'll know when you know. And also, as you can see, or as you already noticed, that I have been making progress with keeping up with VinceDouglasGregory.com. Everything's coming good, and all of the things that I said I was going to do is getting done, but there's a lot more to go because it is still so far behind, but I'm still working hard, extra hard to get all of some of the old archives out so I can finally get around to the new stuff, because I'm sure the new stuff is what you want. And I'm not going to keep rambling on here because that one noob that remained to the end just bounced to the E. That's okay. You lasted this long. You might be one of us. You got to do it again, though. You got to do it again because you just missed the best part. And the best part, as the regs know and my nonverbal communicating peeps know, is peace. Out. Still not gonna do it.